Alright, well, when I woke up today at 9:30 a.m., having slept in probably 2 more hours than I should have, I had two choices. I could either do laundry like a responsible adult and get myself further along my list of chores I have to do today, or play Magic the Gathering. So, oh no, red and green. Oh well. Um, yeah, so here's the deck. Just again, pretty excited about it. Seems pretty strong. We have a lot of good non-human synergy. We have 2 Ferocity of the Wilds and 3 Halberds. This deck could really do some work. I mean, like, man, this deck could win off the back of like a Ginger Brute and then like one of each of these. But we have so much more to offer, so it's really exciting. I think the deck is quite strong, so I'm hoping it does well. We have a lot of good sideboard height against like flying decks. Obviously, we got 3 just kill spells for flying cards. We have 1 more card for like an enchantment if we're up against, if we happen to see a, if our opponent doesn't have any artifacts, but they have like Revenge of Ravens, we'll just swap this for the Emperor's Shield Breaker. Other than that, sideboarding is probably not going to be too intense. We probably don't have a lot of sideboarding to do. If our opponent played 1,000,000,000 walls, I guess we could blow their house down. I don't think there's any situation where we sideboard in like a Pyromancer. And Surferin is just too difficult to guarantee we get out on turn 2 to run. Trail of Crumbs is kind of a slow, control-y card. Sorcerer's Broom we don't really have payoffs for. Yeah, we don't really have a ton of sideboard options. We basically just have like 2 cards, one suite of cards that will totally hose anyone who thinks they should play a flying deck against us, and another one that can, kill a Revenge of Ravens, God forbid, because Revenge of Ravens would be okay against our deck. Although, we will be going pretty tall, despite, Gruul. The nice thing about Gruul Aggro is it kind of goes tall, not super wide. So Revenge of Ravens isn't that strong against us anyway, but, we have a few options. But our sideboard strategy is pretty weak, so hopefully, we, our main board is just so good that we don't have to really change a lot come sideboarding. Please. Alright. Anybody out there playing best of 3 right now? I did not expect a 30-second plus wait timer on a Sunday morning. It's like Sunday mid-morning, too. Something's come up. Here we go. Crime Lad. Crime Lad. Good name. I would definitely like to play first. All the math in the world can't possibly protect you from this. I think we keep it. We have a pretty high chance of hitting our land too. No, I don't think so. If we miss a land drop, we're in really big trouble, and it's not like in our favor. It's like less than 50%. I think we'll take 1 mulligan. That's a little better. It's not great, because we're probably going to have to play our Rimrock Knight on turn on turn 2 instead of being able to pump something, but that's fine. We'll probably keep all the lands so that we can play both of these suckers. Because that means we might get rid of Distortion Dragonfire, which sounds crazy, but... in fact, that might actually be crazy. green, huh? Well, not too bad. We can play a Rimrock Knight, and then if nothing else, we can either Scorching Dragonfire or Roarstone Halberd it next turn. So that's nice. Oh, Gruul as well, I see. I'm going to swing in for 3. I'm going to play the Raging Redcap, and then I'm going to play, and then I have the ability to play Ferocity of the Wilds next turn, and then, like, bump this by 2 damage for a little sneaky little whatever. And if I get one more land, I can Ferocity of the Wilds and Rosethorn Halberd and just, like, completely run this guy over. Didn't get there, but they didn't play anything but a food that they can't eat, so I'm about to do a huge amount of damage to this guy. Bring him down to 9. Next turn I can put Rosethorn Halberd on this, and then again, this does give Trample. The fact that this gives Trample is so big, especially with like Rosethorn Halberd being a really key piece of our deck. Like, what was that, turn 4? Yeah, so they got Rampart Smasher, which is good, but I'm going to put Rosethorn Halberd on this, and then I can Scorching Dragonfire in response to the block. So whichever one they block, presumably they will block this one, because it is a much more threatening card, but, you know, it's a huge amount of damage. Sure thing. Yeah. Surely. So I'll do that. So this thing is going to get killed. That might actually just be game. Oh yeah, because, okay. Pretty quick game. Our deck seems pretty strong. I'm not sure if there's anything I would side in. I don't think being able to kill the Trail of Crumbs matters enough for our deck, really. I would much rather have, like, the Ember Shieldbreaker, possibly. Well, like, just because it's a creature. We also didn't really get to see much of their deck, so I think it's fine the way it is. I don't think the Trail of Crumbs is worth, you know, removing a creature to put in a sideboard card. We really just want to lay into our opponent and try and kill him as fast as possible. See, this is fine. This is a fine amount of lands, and this is a totally fine set of cards. Again, ideally we'd like a creature that we could pump the Rimrock Knight, but I'm happy playing the Rimrock Knight. And we're on the draw, so we might draw a 1 or 2 drop before that. Ooh, our opponent takes a mulligan. Not great for them. So it looks like they're also pretty aggro. Well, this is great. I can Gingerbrute Rosethorn Halberd. Starting next turn. That's always a joy to see. Okay, so they are like an aggressive strategy as well. They just had a very slow start. Which is understandable. So we have that. Our hand is very much centered around attacking, but our deck doesn't attack we lose the race. Because like we're gonna take 6 damage next turn. I might have to keep Gingerbrute up to kill Surferin, to just block Surferin, which sucks, and I hate that I have to do that. But we don't win this race, and we can't just play Rimrock Knight either. Yeah, it's a real pain, but okay, they also don't want to attack. Well, if we hit one more land drop, we're set up for Garenbreak Paladin. I'm gonna play out Ferocity of the Wilds. I'm just gonna set up my board. I'm gonna keep this back because, yeah, again, like I'm not winning a race right now, but keeping this back on blocks prevents them, I guess, in their mind. It's not worth attacking with Surferin. They don't want to lose Surferin, which makes sense. But I do want to be doing stuff, so it's a tough call. Does another Ferocity of the Wilds tip the scales at all? It might actually, because we're on the offensive, so we'll be 1 turn ahead of them, and we're 1 damage behind them in terms of how much damage we're putting down. So we'll be doing 5, and then they can attack back for 6. But we attacked first, so, you know, and it's the same clock. Like, it's a 4-turn clock to kill someone from 20 if you're doing 5 damage, and if we attack first, that means that we technically are winning the raid. So with that in mind, I'm going to slap this down. I'm going to make this unblockable, because neither of these guys have haste. I think it was like 2 drafts ago, I totally just ran this into something with haste. Do 5 unblockable damage. Right, so they would have to add something to the board that can, you know, outpace me. Because they need to turn a 4-turn clock into a 3-turn clock for this to be a bad decision. But I also have the ability to, like, pump my creature, which could theoretically, you know... Oh, no! Okay, so, not great, because that thing has haste and added 4 damage to the board. So, now Jaboy has a slower clock. Oh, I guess this is a... Oh yeah, Sir Farron's a human. So I guess that didn't get pumped, but that doesn't change much. I need to, you know... That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and we'll attack with the Ginger Brute for 5. And then we can play our Garenbrig Paladin, which will be an excellent sort of... an excellent blocker, and then next turn I can attack with it, and I'll give me a 7/5 with Trample that can only be blocked by like the Embereth Paladin, and then also I have 2 options to pump it even further. So unless our opponent can do something about the cards in our hand or our board, Searing Barrage will do it. Okay, well we're in a tight spot now. If only I had 1 more damage. Thank goodness they didn't have Adamant for Searing Barrage, or I would just be dead right now. Can play this for blocks, at least. Yeah, things are not looking good. Maybe I should have played out the Rimrock Knight so I could attack with it. I'm not sure what I was thinking keeping this in my hand for so long. I guess last turn I had the Garenbrig Paladin, which I tapped out for, but I think now we're just going to play this out. And we need to keep mana up. See, now we need to keep the mana up so we can sacrifice Ginger Brute as a food, which is unfortunate. Probably should have just played the Rimrock Knight out, like the turn before I played Garenbrig Paladin, if I'm being honest. That probably would have been the correct choice. Oh. Alright, we'll go to game 3. So they're extremely aggressive. But I don't think that changes much about our deck, because we don't have things that, like, kill their creatures. Really? The only other possible thing would be putting a Rosethorn Acolyte for something, because it can, you know, block pretty good against a lot of their creatures that we've seen thus far. Which might be something. We'll try that. If we can get this down, it could block if they have a really fast start like that. But yeah. Probably shouldn't have kept the Rimrock Knight in my hand that long. Especially after I saw that they had the 4/1 haste. Oh, it's so bad. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Alright, we're gonna mulligan. It's even worse! No! That's so uncool. Are you... Ugh. We're gonna keep it. At least they mulligan as well. But still, their hand has got to be better than ours. But I don't want to go down to 2. Going down to 2 would be a disaster. Or by going down 2-2, I mean going down to 5. Mull 2. Well, at least they insist on playing that land that's never once come in untapped. That is as frustrating as it is unlikely. I can't escape mana problems even in a 16 land deck. Okay, so they got the Trail of Crumbs thing going. It's okay by me. This... It can't be. It simply cannot be. The odds on that are pretty low. Ugh. Ugh. What an absolute nightmare. Okay, fine. There you are. Little bastard. Alright, well, we'll play a 4-4. At least our opponent... Our opponent is ostensibly playing an aggro deck, but I guess the fact that they haven't done much is pretty good for us. I think our deck might scale better into the mid-late game because we have like a lot of good big threats that then we can, you know, make even more terrifying with like Ferocity of the Wilds and stuff. But like, yeah, it's an interesting choice from our opponent, but I don't think it's the correct aggro play. Especially considering the quality of their cards are like way more low curve than ours. Because they had like the Wildwood Tracker to Surferin, and then the 4-1 guy. Okay, an adversary, huh? I probably will attack into that. I can pump it so I can trample some damage through. Then I can just play out the Rimrock Knight in preparation for next turn. That's kind of sweet. Yeah, makes sense. We're just gonna pump you up a little bit since you got trample. Do 3 damage, bring it back down to 20. Then we're gonna play the Rimrock Knight. We'll probably just eat the food. We have no reason to keep food around for lengthy periods of time in our deck, so we'll use it on the opponent's end step for maximum mana efficiency, and then next turn we'll probably drop the Burning Yard Trainer, because that'll turn this into a 5-3 with Trample, which is probably good enough to trade with anything our opponent might play, and then we also have our 3-3. Which could hopefully attack. That's decent. Like, I'll run this into a 5-2. They might even attack with it, because it's 5, you know? So that's fine. So we're taking 5, we're going to heal 3 though. And our opponent doesn't realize next turn that we're about to do 8 damage to them. So, good start, good start. Oh, we can even put Rosethorn Halberd as well onto the Rimrock Knight. This is going to be quite a turn. It's a nice draw there when we have exactly enough mana for it. Because this is a human, so we can only put it on the Rimrock Knight. And we shall put it on the Rimrock Knight. We're about to do 10 damage out of nowhere. Quite a turn, quite a turn. Pretty exciting flip of the board. Hopefully we can keep up this pressure and just win the game by just attacking. Again, they were playing a lot of kind of like low toughness, like high power, aggressive threats, so hopefully we can, you know, since we're now in the driver's seat of this match, hopefully that means we can just press this advantage, because based on the few cards we've seen, it doesn't seem like they're probably going to do something like, I don't know, play a big defensive threat that I can't really deal with. The only thing that might be a bit of an issue would be like a Garenbrig Paladin, if they can get that third mana. Well, even if they can't, I guess, because they can kill the Rimrocker no matter what. That's pretty good too. Huh. They got no follow-up to that. We will... Yeah, unfortunately. I guess I'll just play the other Rosethorn Halberd. So the first thing we're going to do, no doubt, is we attack, take him down to 7, we'll play this, attach Rosethorn Halberd, it'll become a 6, 5. It can block if things get really dour. Hopefully they won't, but then next turn I can attack in. It seems like the correct play. Actually, I think I'll keep the mana up for food, because this can come down for 1 and do work, and it can even come down for 1 in the same turn that I equip that manually. Manually? Is that how you would say it? For full cost. And this can help from like a weird blowout that we don't expect. Because like a Searing Barrage kills it either way, and that's like the only thing we would be worried about. Is there a fight spell? There is a fight spell, but like the Joust fight spell, this would still die. Outmuscle. I mean, if you give it Indestructible, there's nothing I can do about it. And if you don't give it Indestructible, this would die still. So I think that this is probably the correct play, just in case they have like, I don't know, another. Because if they have like another Embereth Paladin, I'd rather take both and heal, and then next turn I can throw this on and then win the game. Seems like they missed their land drop. Oh no, they're in Mayface, sorry. I thought they went to pre-combat. Holy shit. That card's pretty good, I've heard. But they're low enough that, oh man, we have to kill them really soon. Like, oh man, we have to kill them really soon. Because they're going to get 2 life per turn, and every time they play a creature, they're going to draw a card. Like, we're in real danger. So keeping that back on blocks, which is fine for me. We need this food now. Oh boy. Nothing's ever easy. You play against an opponent, and they, of course, always have the Great Henge, one of the best green cards in the entire set. What am I supposed to do here? Okay, we're gonna spread out our Lowthorn Halberds because we can equip 1 for free to the Witch Stalker, and then we can equip 1 for, 5 to this and make it a 5/4. So that means it can like attack the, both of the creatures can attack into the Rosethorn Acolyte successfully, and it still threatens lethal, so they're going to have to use the Embereth Paladin to block. So they will probably, of course, block the Fierce Witch Stalker. No surprise from anyone here, but yeah, we have to really push through damage because things are not looking good. I mean, really felt like we had like an extremely high chance of winning, and there's still a good chance we could pull out a W here, but like they did math bad. Oh, thank goodness they did math bad. Oh, I'm willing to take that, because if our opponent gets to have the Great Henge, then they should also be bad at math and throw the game. They're not allowed to have both. Oh, I was really stressing out because I'm putting a lot of stock in this deck because it's really freaking good. So I'm glad that we managed to squeak out our first win. Gotta take a breather here. Alright, we'll play one more match because the deck plays really fast, so it's only been like 25 minutes, so. That was... Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't know how to do math. Maybe they forgot that creature had trample? I don't know. At any rate, the Great Henge is like the worst thing you could possibly see out of a green deck if you're aggro. So maybe they weren't an aggro deck? I don't know what their situation is. Take the play. This is okay. You know. Sure, we have a lot of lands, but Weaselback Redcap makes use of lands early. And then we have a... Yeah. This seems okay. Let's see what our opponent's playing. Hopefully not the Great Henge. Alright. It's my little 1/1. Cool, cool. Play a forest. Pump. Do 3 to you. A nice, aggressive little start. Weird. So we'll play the Rosethorn Halberd. Pop it on this guy, make it a 3/2 that can pump itself. A lot more dangerous now. Swing in. Pump. I mean, if they have Scorching Dragonfire, okay. It's odd to see a red deck. It's weird to see a Boros deck that doesn't do anything on turn 1 and 2. That is baffling to me. Well, let's keep pushing damage through. I guess I should have played another land, so I could pump it twice, but I honestly kind of expected them to block. I won't lie to you. Well, next turn I can play the Burning Yard Trainer, and we can do some work. So we're going to play a Knight this turn. The Ogre Errant, pretty decent. Can block our Weaselback Redcap. I am going to barge in, keeps the Weaselback alive. If I barge in, it becomes a 5. Which brings it down to... So if I barge in, it keeps the Weaselback Redcap alive, which is a pretty big game, unless they double block, but I'm happy to like 2 for 1 here. I think I'm going to attack this turn, and then I can play Burning Yard Trainer the next turn, provided this lives. Well... No, this like demands a double block if I do this, and then I can, No, let's, So they are doing that. Comes a 5/4, pump it once. Comes a 7/4, so it kills both. Not bad, our 1/1 traded for those two. This still does have haste itself. Well, that's pretty good against a Knight's deck, actually. Seems pretty decent. Fortunately, our Bloodhaze Wolverine really easily dies to Sarkara, but they have to tap it for that to happen, which can, you know, bring down the shields. Hopefully they can draw a card that does something. Oh, so they're trying to do a Mardu thing. Yeah, that's game. Because, yeah, we slap that on here, and then we kill them really easily. Well, didn't see any enchantments, didn't see any artifacts. Ember Shieldbreaker will just stay in anyways. Didn't see flying creatures. They were just kind of like an aggro deck that just wasn't as fast as we were. And that wasn't even like a best case scenario in my opinion. We were kind of a little flooded there. We could be doing a lot more. So let's just keep this up. So we're going to be on the draw, which means we could keep much land lighter hands. This is not very good, but we're on the draw. They have 2 removal spells for their night shit. I think we keep this. They're also red, so like, you know, we can kill a dangerous red creature. We can kill their Ogre Errant with this or something. Oh no, they got their tournament grounds. They've unlocked their full potential. That's not too bad. We can play the Rimrock Knight. Again, not doing anything, huh? Alright. So again, kind of a best case scenario for us at present is... So I think we're kind of happy to trade. Are we happy to trade? Let's see, what could we be killing instead? We can kill Sarkara instead with Scorching Dragonfire. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to make that trade. The Rimrock Knight's not that good. So we'll play the Raging Redcap now. Our best case scenario is we get like 1 more land, and then we can play Ferocity of the Wilds and Rosethorn Halberd, but playing Ferocity of the Wilds is totally fine too. It prevents the Brimstone Trebuchet from being a blocker, because my attacking creature will become a 2/2 with Double Strike, so we'll get to get in for 4. Next turn we can play the Rosethorn Halberd pretty easily. So they'll ping, they'll play a Knight, play their own Raging Redcap, okay. So now we get our Forest. 1 turn too late to really blow them out, but we can keep mana up for 2 like removal spells. And I don't think that, you know, we'll throw a Rosethorn Halberd onto this. So it'll become a 3/3 Double Strike, which will become a 4/3 with Trample and Double Strike upon attacks. So they're going to go down to 8. So this card alone will do lethal damage if left unblocked next turn. So not good for our opponents at all. We have mana up to Scorching Dragonfire or Redcap melee something on their end step too, so we can reduce their blockers. Like if they play Sarkara here, we can just Scorching Dragonfire it and pretty much win the game. Why didn't you ping in response? Okay, so yeah, we'll Scorching Dragonfire Sarkara. This might get a concession, honestly, because their choice is to like start just throwing creatures away. Or, yeah, okay. So that was the deck basically working as intended. This deck rules. That was a... I guess I'll play another game because that match took 10 minutes. So we're at 2-0. Feels... I've never been in the 2-0 seat in Throne of Eldraine. This is very exciting. Is this what it's like to be good? I should try this again sometime. Yeah, I have really liked the Gruul Aggro decks actually quite a lot. They're pretty fun. Again, like they're the only aggro deck I really gel with because they have like fun little synergies. Well, it's all red mana, but our hand's all red, so this seems totally keepable. We have a 2-drop. We got a combat trick we can play. If we get one more land, we can play our Ogre Errant. This is a totally keepable hand. Green out of our opponent, Ginger Roots, so it looks like we're in an aggro mirror. Play the Blood Haze Wolverine. I think it was the first time this match that we're going to have a target for the Rimrock. Oh no, we had the what was it called? Trail of Crumbs. Okay, maybe it's a food deck. So we'll swing in here. Do I care about my Blood Haze Wolverine that much? Probably not, actually. I'll keep this up, and then I can keep this for a more of a blowout. Mono green food. Merrily Rider. Okay. Sure thing. Oh, come on. Give me a land. I got these ballin' cards. Are you kidding me? Well, they probably won't block with the Merrily Rider. So we'll go ahead and we'll pump this. Just so that we can cast the Rimrock Knight for full value. So we'll do 4 damage to our opponent. We'll play out our Rimrock Knight. Hopefully next turn we can play out Rampart Smasher. Because this cannot block Rampart Smasher. And it's just a big old card. Alternatively, we might play the Ogre Errant so that we can then Burning our Trainer if we hit land 5. Which seems pretty good. Okay, I got the Fierce Witchstalker. Seems good. Ooh. It's going to be tough to beat a food deck. They're kind of like mono green. They're kind of like mono green food aggro, which is an interesting archetype that probably is favored against us because if they just eat enough food, we'll just lose the game. Because green cards probably scale a lot better than most of our red cards. I think I'll play the Rampart Smasher this turn, just because I can't guarantee I'm going to get that 5th land drop to go this into this. And doing this and having Barge Up available or Barge In available is not the worst thing in the world. Plus the 5/5 pairs quite well against, the 4/4. But unfortunately, yeah, Fierce Witchstalker is an excellent card, both on offense and defense. It's just all around an incredible creature. One of my favorite commons. I mean, I first picked it in this draft, so like that's how much I like this card. No, you're a green deck. You're not allowed. Oh, okay, so you're gonna make me block and then pump. Oh, you got your own Rampart Smasher. Wow. Rest in peace. Yeah. Well, now that we only have islands. Oh man, they have Rampart Smasher. What do you want me to do against Rampart Smasher? It's coming down next turn. Should I try and get them to trade their Fierce Witchstalker? None of my creatures can block the... this would be the only creature that can block the Rampart Smasher anyways. No, that seems inefficient. Spending 1 of our mana this turn seems bad. I'm just going to play the Ogre Errant. Maybe we'll... no, we would need 6 mana for that. Really not sure. I mean, Burning our Trainer will make the Ogre Errant a 5/6, which is pretty good. There you are. And then it can also make the... Here's something else to consider. If I put Rosethorn and Halberd, so this turn, if I put Rosethorn and Halberd on the Ogre Errant and make it not appealing to block, and then I attack with this and the Rimrock Knight, giving the Rimrock Knight Menace, they double block the Rimrock Knight. It's a possibility that I could catch them with the Bargain and trade the Rimrock Knight and the Bargain for the Rampart Smasher, which is really good for us. And Burning Our Trainer gives us a similar sort of turn without the possibility of like catching them off guard. So let's do that actually. That seems good to me. So I'll put it on the Ogre Errant. Oh, it makes it 5/5, of course. Whoops. We can also put it. We can also barge in on the Ogre Errant if that's what happens. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna put the Rampart Smasher first. And then we're just gonna barge in so that we can trade with their extremely powerful creature. Do 5 damage. The next turn we can play the Burning Our Trainer. It'll make this a 7/7 with Trample and what was it? Trample and Haste. And then this gets Menace. So now they can double block the Ogre Errant, unfortunately, and they probably will, but I can trade off one of them. Get through for some damage. Can always equip this to the Burning Our Trainer next turn. Oh no. Oh, no wonder they want to make so much food. I don't think we can possibly win this game against a Feasting Troll King. But I mean, I guess this is what it's like to be at the 2-0 bracket. Feels a little unfair to be going up against, you know, the best rares in the set when I had to, you know, draft this deck with good commons and shit. I guess I'll destroy one of their foods, so at least they don't have an even 6. Not that I think this guy's gonna be dying anytime soon. But like, what else am I gonna do this turn, right? Putting it on this makes it able to block to trade with the Fierce Witchstalker, and this doesn't get much more, so I'm gonna do that. This got Vigilance too, right? There's not even there's just not even an opportunity for me to come back and attack. Blocking it is pretty dumb because they'll just bring it back and I'll have lost my entire board. There's really nothing to do against that card. Frick. Ugh. I don't know why I'm saying frick. That's like the second time I said it today. Guess I'm just... It's for the kids. Unlike the other times that I say curse words. Those weren't for the kids. But when I say frick, it's for the kids. This game feels pretty over. I think that to win against this strategy, we're just going to have to mulligan aggressively for a very like powerful aggressive strategy that doesn't hopefully let them get to 6. What do we have in our deck that changes the tides? Anything? Not really. Like, the best... It's a long shot, but it would... No, we don't even have that much time is the problem. The main problem is we don't have time because of the Feasting Troll King constantly applying pressure. Like, we can't do something like... If we had, like, the perfect 4 draws and we got, like, I don't know... what's the Raging Redcap, and then, like, 2 Rosethorn Halberds, our remaining sure those on Halberds, and turn it into, like, a 7/5 double strike, like... Even with that, that's too slow. The Feasting Troll King will murk us. But let's play it out. I want to see more of their deck. Opening up a Feasting Troll King and getting to actually build the exact like deck you want around it is, man, I want that. Like, I want to build a Feasting Troll King and then say to myself, I'm going to draft mono green food, and then Magic the Gathering Arena is like, okay. Wait, who has to block? Oh, do all my creatures have to block? Oh, okay. Does that mean it's just game 7? Yeah, that's game. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really we can do. The Trail of Crumbs isn't really there as an engine. It's good, but I don't think we're gonna win by like teching in a card that kills it. I think we're gonna win by just like bearing down on our opponents so hard that they die. To that end, Burning Our Trainer might be too expensive. You know, like we can't let them. We don't want to be doing stuff at 5 mana. Garenbrig Paladin, I'm willing to have at 5 mana. Put in another Bloodhaze Wolverine. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. This is strictly better because I don't have any draw to. I think that's it. We just want to lower our curve a little bit. We have a really tight curve. I think the strategy for us now is in the mulligans more than it is in sideboarding, but I think that was a little too slow. It's really good if you can get there with it, but like I hopefully want to if I cast this on 5 mana, I want it to be I'm winning the game now, right? And I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit slow. We don't want to be that late in the game against our opponent's deck because they've probably already played their Fierce Witchstalkers. Because they had 2, right? They had at least 2, and based on the rest of their deck, with the horseshoe that far up their ass, they probably got more. They might even have more than that, right? So, like, I want to be doing stuff a lot earlier. Although, this can help kind of run over stuff. Maybe actually I'll keep it in still. It'll be in the mulligans. This can help me get over, like, Fierce Witchstalkers. Yeah, I probably like that just better than a 2/2 that doesn't do anything. Blow your house down, maybe? I don't think so. I think we need to be doing more on turn 3. Like, I don't think that card is all that good. I want to be, you know. Alright, aggressive. BE aggressive. That's actually pretty aggressive, despite the fact that it's a 4-land hand. If we draw a bunch of lands, I pretty much can guarantee that we'll lose the game. But if we draw cards and not more lands, you know, in our 16-land deck, it's a pretty... The math favors us not drawing more lands. We can turn 2 Bloodhaze into turn 3 Ferocity into turn 5 4 Witchstalker. Like, that's pretty decent. Opponent's mulliganing. That's nice. Come on, mulligan again. Keep going down on cards. Okay, unfortunate. So we'll see how it goes. If we lose, you know, well, it's a non-land, but I want smaller things. If we lose, whatever. It's gonna be, you know... Okay, well, things aren't looking great, but... We were pretty hard-pressed to beat this deck. You know... Push through damage. Keep going. Sure. Oh, no. You're kidding me. Well, oh well. Yeah, I think with that, like, we really wanted, like, to pick up some cheaper threats, right? Like, that was nothing. That was just nothing. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. Alright. That's fine. Let's just trade. Yeah, this game is pretty much over after having three, like, I don't know, 1 in 3. 1 in 3 odds in a row. Oh my god. It's okay, we're still 2-1. 2-1 is totally fine. We can totally go from 2-1 to 3-1 to 4-1 to 5-1 even. But this is a little bit infuriating. Again, 16 land deck. So, like, we just hit, what was it? We did just hit, like, a 1 in 3 chance, like, 4 times in a row. And honestly, I should have expected nothing less. Of course. Beautiful elk. Majestic elk. Absolute nonsense. Wow. Literally, they just got. I thought I was like doing a good job with building synergy, but this person just got to open every single card they could possibly want. I guarantee this person P1 Feast and Troll Cake, and it was just like, oh, okay. So we went from like 4 approximately 1/3 chances into that one was like a 1 in 4 chance. So get out your calculators and just do a quick check of what, you know, 1 out of 3 to the power of 4 times 1 point, 1.2 is, or 1 out of 4 is. And of course I got the Feasting Troll King on curve. Well, that's game. That was kind of sad. I was hoping to be a little bit more scrappy, put up a slightly better fight, but that's okay. The deck's still good. I'll only be really salty is if we just go 2-2, because this deck feels too strong to go just 2-2. But we'll leave that for later, because it has now been about an hour, and I need to get on with my day and do some laundry and study for my exam tomorrow, and do other adult things that aren't Magic the Gathering, unfortunately, but might come back later tonight if I get all those adulting things done early enough or not. We'll have to see. It might be like a couple days till I come back to this, because starting tomorrow my schedule's a bit packed. So, anyways, bye!